Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is a quick update before the Easter holidays. Um, as I said in my last video, I'm waiting to receive some paints because over the Easter holidays I intend to get on and paint my two models here, the Rhino Mech and the anti-gravity skiff. So those are the two main projects that I want to look at over the Easter holidays. But in order to clear the palette, so to speak, and while I am waiting for paints to arrive, because it's the beginning of the month and I've spent all my money, I'm looking at a new project to start with, and this is it. I haven't abandoned my capital ship. I intend to go back to it, but not at the moment. I don't want to get bogged down in it, and I'm not too happy with its shape at the moment. So, as I said, in order to cleanse the imagination and the palette, I'm looking at this particular project. Now, some of you may recall that I had a big freighter which I wanted to develop. Well, I've junked that, taken it to pieces, and I've developed this particular ship from that freighter, which I'm going to try as a bit of a challenge to use more or less all nerf parts for it, nerf gun parts for it. Now, I'm not going to succeed because there are some big engines, these engines here, which I want to put onto them, and obviously these aren't nerf engines. These aren't nerf parts, these are from a large Star X-Wing. But yes, the idea is to develop this particular model into a well, it's basically inspired by a lot of the ships that you saw from the Alien universe, the Betty from Alien Resurrection, the Prometheus, the Nostromo, and so on. So this is a kind of large freighter which I'm going to be utilizing and trying to develop, as I say, using more or less nerf parts. So I'm going to get on with that and just develop that a little bit further before my paints arrive and I can start painting my more or less completed models. So let's see how we go on. This is just a kind of weekend preliminary build, and when the paints arrive I'll stop this one and go on to the other models, but a weekend preliminary build to see how far I can get with this one. And so at the end of day one, I have produced this, which is the majority, I think, of the build. And like my anti-gravity bike, which I did over Christmas, this build has come together quite rapidly and quite I think I'm quite pleased with that, how well it's actually got itself together. It's looking quite good. Obviously it needs a lot more detail to it. This is just the major structure, but considering that I set myself the challenge of only using Nerf gun parts, and I've only really deviated from that to a small extent, I am happy how that has turned out. I'm not sure where to go with it from here. I think I'm going to have to do something with these areas here to build them out a bit, come out this way. But yeah, as in terms of a kind of alien type planetary freighter, I think that's looking pretty good so far. Yeah. So that's the end of day one on this build. And hopefully I'll get to do a little bit more work tomorrow and over the next few days. But yeah, I'm happy with that. It's coming along. It's coming along, and it actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, well, onward and upward. let's see how far I can take it in the next few days, and then hopefully we'll also get on to some painting as well. And yeah, so let's see how we go. So by the end of the second day of fabrication, this is the Sunday, I have got this far with the space freighter, and I'm happy that there doesn't seem to be that as many gaps as I usually get in one of my builds, so that's quite good. And yeah, this is what I've got so far. I'll just turn this around and you can have a look at it. That's the front, leading down to the other side. The buried cockpit down underneath there. And as you can see, it's a kind of cross between a lot of the alien spaceships that they had, and there's some Chris Foss ideas creeping in there as well, I think, especially when I think about the paintwork that's going to go on into it. And yeah, lots of little influences coming out here, even a little bit of the spaceship Lewis and Clark from the film Event Horizon. So yeah, quite a few ideas there, but I'm quite happy with how that's come along. And as I said, 90%, I think, I'm going to put my neck on the line there, but 90% of the fabrication has been to use Nerf gun parts. Yes, I've cheated a little bit in some areas, obviously, but 90% is Nerf gun parts. I'm happy with how that's looking. Always nice to end the weekend on a positive note, and yes, I've got more to add, of course, and to do with that, but I think that I've had to cannibalize a few old models which I knew I was never going to really get round to finishing. So I'm happy that I've done that, because out of 2 or 3 old models that I've cannibalized, I've created this one, which I'm really quite happy with. And as I say, once it's all the details are added and it's all smoothed over and painted, I think it's going to look quite a good ship. So happy with that. And right, another couple of weeks and it's going to be Easter, so I'm probably not going to be able to post much more until Easter time. But during Easter, I want to finish off the painting of these 2 models, which hopefully I will. I might even get on and do some more work on my my spinner car, and I'll see if I can do some more work on the flying ship, the airship. So a lot of work coming up in the near future. As I said at the very beginning of all these posts, you know, I don't spend awful lot of time on one model. I like to chop and change, which keeps me fresh and it keeps me on the go, so to speak. Otherwise one can get very jaded very quickly. Alright guys, well I hope you have a good week. I will see you in about a week and a half, perhaps just before Easter, and then I'll be posting over Easter. So have a good week, have a good time, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye now. As a postscript, I've decided to take the knobbly bits off the back of the engine. I actually think it looks better that way. What do you think, guys? Knobbly bits on or knobbly bits off? I think the knobbly bits off actually works better, and it gives the shape, the ship, a more smoother design. Yeah, I think that works better. It gives it a better profile as well. What do you think? I think that works better. And you know what? It's also taking on some aspects of a kind of Jerry Anderson ship, which is rather interesting. I hadn't actually intended that, but yeah, it's taking on a kind of yeah, old Captain Scarlet or Thunderbirds aspect. But I still think it works. I still think it works. It's not too bad, but definitely works better with the knobbly bits off. Yeah. All right, guys. Speak to you soon, and have a good week. Bye now.